All right, guys, welcome to Sunday Night Charts. What's going on? I'm currently in Virginia right now, and at my dad's house, and don't have my normal keyboard and set up here, so I'm having to set up on my phone here. So give me just a minute to get caught up here and ready to rock. Hope you guys are well. I'm going to jump into the Bitcoin charts. Welcome everybody who's normal watchers of Sunday Night Charts. Let me pull up the chat here on my phone. That way I'll be able to chat with you and see what you guys are saying. But let's see. There we go. Come on. I got a stupid ad at the beginning of this thing. Get rid of these ads, man. There we go. All right. All right, guys. What's up, Lee Burger? What's up, buddy? Yep, time will tell, buddy. I will look at the wave structure, see what's going on. Hey, what's up, Burnt Floor? How you doing, buddy? Hey, Jay, Crypto Fever, what's up, man? Hey, I sent you a message in the Discord. Check it out for me, would you? And get back with me if you can. Um, what's up, Crypto Hazard? Good to see you. Um, bull run starts from here. We'll see, Crypto Hazard. We'll see. I wouldn't ever speak in definites, guys. I would definitely not speak in definites. This market has a way of how do you say it? It has a way of making you feel bad about yourself, especially if you think you know where it's going. All we have is ideas, guys. All we have is ideas for where we think price is going, and then the market does what it wants to do. So. Oh man, I got stuff popping up on my screen. Let me know if it's good audio and video, guys, in the chat. Let me know. It looks okay on my phone, but anyway, want to see what's happening here. I am not laying back giving the bird, man. I'm not. Come on, buddy. Come on. You got to think better of me than that. All right. Well, guys, here, welcome again to the Sunday Night Charts. We're here to look at the charts from an Elliott wave perspective. We're gonna do our very very best looking at the market from as many perspectives as we can. We're gonna look at the Elliott wave count, see where price is going, and somebody let me know in the chat that you can hear me and see me and everything's going okay, because I'm not seeing any new chat going right now. So just let me know everything's good to go, if you would. All right. See what you guys are saying. Yeah, I'm not getting any. I'm not getting any updates on my phone. So let me see what's happening here on my phone and why it's not live chat. There we. Live chat has moved. Where's live chat? Ah, there we go. Now I'm seeing it. Audio video is good. Hey, there's Johnny English. Good to see you. Let's see. I've got it now. Sorry about that, guys. I wasn't seeing any new. What do you call it? New comments. So I have to go to this page every now and then to kind of check up and make sure you guys are talking. I'm watching on my phone for the chat, and sorry about no video. I don't think you guys want to see me in the video, do you? You don't need to see me, do you? I can try video capture. There I am. Let's see. I'm not showing up. Ah, there I am in all of my glory, right there. Picture or no picture? Let me know if you want to see me or not see me. Let me know, and we'll keep it rocking. Of course, I got my phone here. Got the chat up here on my phone. So anyway, I'm on my laptop here at my dad's dining room table. So yeah, hope this is going to work out for you. All right. Well, let's jump into the charts, guys. Don't forget, I'm not here to give you financial advice. Just showing my view of the market. Okay. All right. With that said, all right. No new comments. Doing okay. Let me know. Yeah, do you? The question is, do you want to see me? Because I just soon turn my video off. But if you guys want to see me, that's fine. If you like to talk to me and see who's talking to you, that'd be fine. I can leave it up there. All right. Let's jump into the chart here. All right, so what I'm seeing here, guys, is the very first thing I see is I've got a 200 moving average here on the daily chart. First thing that jumps out at me, and we have broken we've broken below the 200 moving average. Okay, and we have been closing many days. Many days have closed below the 200 moving average. That doesn't mean it can't break back above the 200 moving average. Just the point is that the 200 moving average often provides support and lets you kind of have a sense for where the market may be going. Based upon where it is and how it acts here in this scenario. So, where's my boom? There it is. All right, so we got a break below the 200 moving average. We've retested it and we've rejected. So from that perspective, guys, it's kind of bearish. Everything's looking a little bit bearish for the time being. Okay. However, as we look at the daily, and my screen's a little small here, and it's a little laggy as well. Let me know if it's too much lag or if you guys are seeing okay. But another thing is that on the RSI we broke above the daily on this move to the upside, and then we rejected, and now we're playing above the daily or right at the daily, right out above the daily trend here of the RSI. So the relative strength indicator there is kind of letting you know that price is starting an upward momentum based upon the relative strength of the last 14 days of candles. It has broken up above, but it's retesting right now this line. We're going to see if it's going to break below or not. Okay, we'll look at the wave. We'll look at the wave structure and do a little analysis on that. But we're just kind of look at low-hanging fruit right now and say, okay, so what's happening on a daily basis here on the daily candles? So what you'll notice is that we've got real trash price action right here. I mean, look at that. We've got a really nice box here. As Kimosabi likes to call it, we got a liquidity range right here where price has remained pretty much in this range with the exception of 3 days worth of price action. It's pretty much stayed in this price range for, how many days is this? Since, August the 18th to today, so it's like 3 weeks, 3 to 4 weeks almost. We got another one more week full of price action if it stays in this area. That makes tracking the wave a little bit challenging for sure. There's no doubt about it. But it's starting to become clear what's happening here, and the wave structure, maybe, as my title tonight suggested, that it may be pointing to the upside. However, the price action over the last, I don't know, since the daily candle closed, it's kind of reversed its sentiment since I created the title. Okay, and so we're going to look and see whether we actually are bullish or not. My title is what it is based on what 6 or 7 hours ago when I was looking at the charts. They were looking a little bullish and looking like they were going to pop to the upside and maybe finally get some liquidity taken out on the upside. But right now it's kind of given the bearish sentiment to it. But again, let's jump down to the 4-hour chart and see what the 4-hour chart's telling us here. 4-hour chart's bearish as well. Let's look at the 4-hour chart. For now, it's potentially bearish. We have a trend here on the RSI. Okay, we had a trend right here, and you'll notice that right here we are playing on the trend line. We went up, we had hidden bearish divergence on this particular move, and now we are playing again on the 4-hour basis on this trend line. We need, and this is going to be a moment of truth here, whether we get rejection back to the upside here, creating a higher highs in price, lower highs in RSI, creating some divergence here, and giving us some kind of a three-wave sense of what's going on here, a W and X and maybe a Y wave, or an A, a B, and a C wave. Either way, that wouldn't be a bad play. It wouldn't be a bad look on the chart if it gives us that for sure. So we'll look at that a little closer here. But anyway, we're at a moment of truth here where the RSI in the 4-hour could break to the downside, or it could find some support here in the next 2 to 3 hours, and give us some rejection off of this over the next several 4-hour candles. So right now we got a pretty bearish 4-hour candle, but guys, listen, there's 2 hours and 45 minutes left on this candle. Okay, there's 2 hours 45 minutes left on this candle. The previous candle to it was green for most of the day, providing some pop to the upside, but she has come back down, wicked it pretty hard, and now we are engulfing it to the downside. But we've got 2 hours 45 minutes left on this, and it's starting to wick here. It's starting to wick back, and so one might argue that this is actually, this price action here on the smaller time frame is a 1 and a 2 to the upside. We're looking for an impulse wave to the upside to continue going, and we're going to see if the rest of the market would support such a count. So we're getting ready to look at the Elliott wave structure, but again, I'm just looking at 4-hour basis, looking at price action, and price action trends in the RSI to see if there's any something there giving us any indication as to where price might be headed. Okay, and anybody else saying hi, hello to you. I've just already gotten going on the information. Hold on one second. All right. All right. All right, guys. Let's jump into the 1-hour chart. See what the 1 hour is telling us here. We've had a pump and a dump today. That's not really telling us a whole lot. Just looking at candles there, except that one might argue as well that we have what appears to be a flat working right here. We got potentially a flat right here, an ABC flat. And then we've got more continuation to the downside. That this was a 3-wave move, okay? A 3-wave move correcting this move right here, A, B, and C. So we had an ABC, we got an ABC working now, and you might argue that we get another ABC to the downside where this is A, we're going to get a B and a C. And all of that could be a B wave. Okay, that right there could be a B wave to this larger A, B, and then we could be getting a C wave after that. Okay, so there's your bullish count, guys, and that's the wave structure I was kind of referring to when I shared the title of the content today. Except I was thinking a little bit of different sub count, but pretty much the title of the video, hey, looking potentially for upward targets, the price structure is kind of pointing to that. This is all looking corrective, guys. All of this is 3-wave-ish for the most part for now, and so it looks like it may be forming a larger correction to the upside with higher targets in mind coming soon. Okay, now what else could it be? What else could it be? Let's zoom out. Let's just talk about the macro ideas that we could have here, and we'll go from there. There's 43 of you here watching. Thank you guys for joining me. I really appreciate it. Share the channel with your friends, guys. Really appreciate that. Share it with your friends and your family, and if they want ideas on how to look at the market from an Elliott wave perspective, we have a really good and balanced view of the market, and often give you plenty of time to get prepared for big moves that are coming. And so I've been pretty accurate over the last several years. Calling tops where tops should be called in the vicinity, and calling bottoms where bottoms should be called in the vicinity. And so I've been pretty good about finding these areas of toppiness, and I believe we're in another area of toppiness here, that bearishness is coming. But in the immediate time frame, I think there's some bullishness on its way to our charts. Okay, and we're going to talk about the different possibilities here. So put your put your hats on here, put your Elliott hats on here, and let's start going through the counts here in just a minute. My throat is absolutely kind of burning up. I'm going to go grab a water really quick, guys, and I'll be right back. Just give me 1 second. I'll talk amongst yourselves. I'll be right back. 1 second. I'm back. All right, let me grab a little bit of. Okay, that's so much better. You do all that talking, and then all of a sudden, you don't have any crypto friends. What's up with that, man? You need to come in our Discord then. Go check the Patreon out, and you'll have plenty of crypto friends in. Okay, let's start looking at the charts here, and let's see what's going on. Let's start in the 3-day chart. The 3-day chart has some major hidden bull all over it, so it kind of lets me know that on the 3-day chart, there's a good chance we have some pumpage coming. Okay, there's hidden bull all over this. You say, how do you see the hidden bull? Well, right here, that's an upward trend and a downward trend. That's hidden bull. Now that's corrective in my opinion. So what I'm seeing here is that this is the beginning of something larger to the downside. Okay. But I do see maybe a correction like that coming, and then more to the downside later. So there's a lot of liquidity that was developed. Okay, a lot of liquidity that was developed above these waves right here. Okay. What you'll notice is that this little area right up here was an area where a lot of people were looking for price to go back to the upside and make higher targets. Okay, so there's a lot of people trading around in that range. Okay, and then we got this massive dump out of that range. Instead of a pump, when a lot of people were looking for a pump, we got a massive dump out of that range. And what that did on the price, from a price structure standpoint, is it broke the price trend. Okay, so the price trend was higher highs and higher lows, but what that did is that actually broke that trend, and now is really testing this previous low. But we've broken the diagonal support here on this trend line, and that's significant for the market. That's a big time signal. And when you get a break of structure like that, then that's a big bearish signal for a lot of traders. So lots of people looking at that, and lots of people looking at that saying, "Hey, that's bearish," and that's really bearish on a 3-day. And it really is bearish on a 3-day. Okay, but here's the thing. On this chart as well, what you'll notice is that we did go up, and we did retest the breakout. But man, let me tell you something. It was a wick on a 3-day basis. We didn't spend any time up here. So they did grab liquidity, but they never really did retest this box. They never really did retest the liquidity up here. And I think from a liquidity standpoint, there's a good chance price needs to get up here and retest at least a portion of this. We can divide this liquidity box into two levels here. We got a level right there, and then we have a level right here. And I think the difference, we got the wicks up here, and we got above the body of the candles there. I think there's a good chance we are going to work our way up in price as time goes over to the next. We're going to be working our way up to take that liquidity out. Struck this bottom maybe telling the story of such a thing. What we could have here on a daily basis here is an A wave followed by a B wave, okay, and that we may be in the middle of a C wave to the upside. Now, you might argue against that as well. You may because of the way this got rejection here over the last 3 days, or 4 days, I should say, on the daily chart. The wave structure is looking a little sketch here for the upside here, the way this is looking. So we'll talk about the way this could play out here momentarily, okay? But nevertheless, if this wants to get more complex to the upside, we could see some kind of a B, and then a C develop. And that C wave could potentially come up here, retest or retake out all this liquidity, even retest the previous highs. And I wouldn't have a problem at all if these highs wanted to get retested. This is looking awful bearish, but as my friend Seth says, it's just too pretty. It's just too pretty as it's looking bearish. Everything is just too gorgeous. It looks too obvious to be bearish, and so usually when you get an obvious chart like this, that's obviously bearish, okay? And it's like they're playing around here like, hey, everybody, I'm going down. Here I go. It's like they're saying, here I go. I'm going down. Okay, here I go, and then they pop up really fast and then come down really fast. You say, see, I'm really bearish, and they kind of keep kind of giving you the sense, hey, I'm really bearish. They did it again today. They popped the high on the small time frame and then brought it back down really fast. You say, hey, I'm really bearish, and they get you really bearish before, and then all of a sudden, this is what I call sneaky bullish, where boom, they just start going up, and before long, they're taking out liquidity up here. Okay, and everybody that's going short down here are trapped in their trades, or they get stopped out when price it gets up here where their stop is potentially, because there's all kinds of liquidity going on from retail traders happening above this liquidity box. What's happening from a wave standpoint? What's happening from a liquidity standpoint? Well, people who are shorting this area, now some of you smarter people have stops closer than this, but some people are putting their stops up here saying, well, if it breaks this high, it's going to keep on going and it's going to go up fast. Not necessarily from an Elliott wave standpoint. Just because it breaks that high doesn't mean it's going to keep on breaking that high and go up. Price can often come, snag liquidity, and then reject off of it just as fast and come down really, really hard. And that's a real possibility on these charts, okay? Who's they? Oh, man. So who's they? The they or the, okay, so a lot of you guys need to realize how the market moves, okay? I'm going to try to give you a quick lesson right quick, because a lot of people just don't realize how the market actually moves. The market is moved by market-making firms, okay? There is primarily one liquidity provider for for at least 60% of crypto, okay? So how do we say this? There's one bank. I could say the name of the bank. I don't guess there's any reason why I couldn't say. I don't know any. It's World Bank, and its subsidiaries. Okay, and that bank basically controls all of the liquidity and the market making contracts on all the exchanges, or across most of the exchanges of crypto. In other words, this market making entity, it's one of several, but it has the primary share of it. It basically makes agreements with exchanges saying, hey, listen, we're going to provide liquidity for your exchange. That means when anybody wants to buy Bitcoin, they can buy from us, okay? And then when anybody wants to sell Bitcoin, they can sell from us, okay? So in other words, at any given moment, even whether it benefits them or it doesn't benefit them, you can buy from them Bitcoin, or you can sell Bitcoin to them, and they'll buy it from you whether it benefits them or not. Now, in order to keep their books solvent, they have to maintain a delicate balance of liquidity. In other words, if everybody's wanting to sell their Bitcoin, and they start selling, that means they're buying. These market making entities are buying, buying, buying. Okay, and so basically, in order to stay solvent, they're going to need those trades that they're entering into. They're going to need those trades. To stay solvent. So they need price to go up. So often, as everybody is selling in the market, maybe trickling to the downside, what they'll do is come in with a strong buy on their own end, so that they can make uh, they can make their buys that they're buying when everybody else is selling. They can make those buys good, and as price begins to go up, they'll kind of push price up. They'll buy enough to get momentum, and then retail traders follow and react to them, and they buy at the wrong time, and they're kind of gently pushing price up. And while they're doing that, while the rest of the market is following the lead, now they've changed sentiment and following their lead. Then the market making entities will then sell into those buys and take the market right back down. That's why we have pumps and dumps all the time. Okay, because they're buying and selling around key prices of liquidity that they control pretty much. They can keep price where they want by their order blocks and whatnot. They have computer algorithms that are how do I say it? They are programmed to trade against traders, creating liquidity so that they are constantly winning. And they create these liquid environments by pumps and dumps. And the market is made by those pumps and dumps. And we are navigating through these bot trading firms, okay, these market making entities who have computer bots trading for them that are programmed to do exactly what they're doing. Okay, so anyway, it's all this whole system, guys, is rigged against you. Okay, it's designed to take your money. It's designed to win against you, and you need to understand. That's coffee, and that's good. Well, you need to understand that there is a they, and they are against you, and they're trying to take your money. You have to understand their tactics and how their bots are programmed, and recognize how to trade within the environment of a chart that they create. And I've got a system that I've created, and a certain set of rules that I've created for myself that helps me navigate this thing. And as long as I follow my rules and stay disciplined in my trading strategy that I've developed within this system, it is a money making trading system. Okay, and this is what I teach in my Discord. I've got an educational section full of videos, and those people that come into the Discord and they spend all their time in the first month going through the videos and asking questions and watching the live streams that I do with those videos in mind, they do really, really well. If you're just looking for a Discord where somebody tells you what to do, when to buy and when to sell, that doesn't work long term, because that doesn't teach you how to trade. Okay, that doesn't teach you how to deal with your fear and your hope and your greed. So anyway, basically, guys, this market is against you. There is a they. They're market makers or market making firms. Basically, it's one bank controls 60% of the liquidity for all the exchanges across the crypto space. It's crazy. That means there's one bank that kind of controls the world in this area. Hopefully that helps you there, helps you understand. And Zero, if you need some help navigating through, I'd love to teach you the way I do it. And I do use Elliott Wave extensively. It's not the only thing we do, but I use Elliott Wave extensively, and I've got a couple of trade setups that'll get you consistent, and that if you'll use good risk management and good position sizing and good entry discipline, you'll have winning trades every week. All right, and you can nickel and dime the market, so that you're making money in this environment. So we love choppy markets. We love it when it's going sideways. That's when we thrive. When it's up and down, up and down. So this has been a nice little range for us, but we know we're getting ready to move out of the range. It doesn't stay here forever. We're getting ready to move out of this range, and so we want to get ready for what she's doing. So I'm going to tell you as many of the how do I say it? I'm going to tell you as many of the signs that I see on the chart, and I'm going to show you what I'm saying. Now I forgot where I was, but anyway, I guess I was saying on the 3-day chart, we've broken and retested here. We know that this looks super bearish across the board, and I think everybody's pretty bearish looking at this chart. However, when it looks this clearly bearish, we need to get ready for a pump. Okay, we need to get ready for a pump out of here, more than likely. Okay, we're always ready for a dump as well, right? We're always ready for the market to dump, but there's a clear sign here on the 3-day that we are now. If you look at the RSI here, the RSI is on the 3-day is really getting ready to cross back over. It was testing the 200, not the 200, but it was testing the moving average here on my RSI. Now, what does that moving average on the RSI do? Well, it gives me a sense for when the average okay, so the RSI is a relative strength indicator. Okay, it's strength of the current move relative to the previous periods on the chart. Okay, so the previous on my chart, the previous 10 3-day candles, current price relative to the previous 10 3-day candles, okay, is currently right now beginning to be on an upward momentum. In other words, the strength seems to be slowly, very slowly moving to the upside rather than the downside. Even though price is testing the downside, the strength of the buyers is getting a little stronger and a little stronger here. And once this crosses over the 3-day and closes on a 3-day basis, there's a good chance. There's a good chance we're going to get bullish, in the coming days. Now, that doesn't mean it can't go down from here. We're going to talk about, and that's where wave structure. That's where wave structure helps us navigate when these moves are finished. And so we'll talk about that in just a minute. We'll get on the smaller time frame. I haven't gotten to the smaller time frame yet, but we're going to get there. Okay, I promise. Tonight we're going to get to the small time frame. We'll say, okay, what's the next trade for us? What are some potentials? Okay. All right. So anyway, 3 days looking bearish, guys. It really is. But when it's looking this bearish, I think there's a good chance that on a 3-day basis here in the next couple of candles, we're going to start seeing some upward momentum. We have a day. We have almost 2 days left on this 3-day candle. Now currently it's red, but if this thing turns green and starts pumping, and that would be no problem on this chart to all of a sudden go from bearish looking to bullish looking. So we know that it can turn on a dime. Okay. Now we also know that the moment the moment the market opens, which it just opened an hour and a half ago, the daily candle opened. It's turned bullish, and usually the first move is not the real move. Okay, so there's a good chance that this downward move is actually just a correction of sorts, and we're going to be looking for upward move here shortly. Okay. All right. So anyway, what are the Elliott wave counts that we could be looking at on the higher time frame, and then let's go to the smaller time frame and look and see what's happening here in particular. Now, there's an ultra bear count, and an ultra bear count is my count. Basically, it says, okay, we are going down, and we're going down fast, and on this 3-day chart, we're looking for eventually something to break out of this range. Okay. So this little range that's been created here, we've already retested it to the upside. Now we've come back into the liquidity zone, and we're looking for it to take the liquidity out below it. Okay, so in other words, the liquidity up here is going to stay liquidity up here. They're going to leave that range. Okay. What they did here is they hit the high, created a higher high, and then they came up and barely tagged it. They took out this liquidity and then systematically dropped it. So the liquidity that is here, up here, they're not going to hit it. The ultra bear count says they're actually going to hit the lower liquidity and keep rocking potentially. Okay, in which case we would have to count from an Elliott wave standpoint that we have an A to here, a flat wave B to there, and then this is a C wave, where this is a 5-wave move. Okay, this is a 5-wave move to the downside, and you got, let's see, here it is, a 1 and a 2, all right? and then we're in the middle of the third wave, and we're getting ready to get another move to the downside, and it's going to be fast and furious. In fact, we have a 1 and a 2 here, and now if we count the third wave, we have a 1 2. So this is the ultra bear count where we are going to go to the downside, and this is a 1 and a 2. And now we're on our way 3, 4, and 5 of the third wave. This is going to come down and come down hard. Okay. So that's an ultra bear count. That this gets us down to 17K, 16K range, even the 15.9 range, taking out this low if it wants to. I would say a minimum, that takes us down to a minimum of 19K, but I'm seeing a lot lower than that if this is the count. All right. So that's one way to look at what's happening. And so how would you analyze that from a higher time frame standpoint? What would that be doing if price ends up coming all the way down? Well, number one, it's not going to happen in one day, by the way. It's going to take time. But basically, I would look at this as an A wave to there. There's 3. Okay. Then I'd look at this as a B wave back to the downside, the B wave. All right. It just depends on how this wants to come down and finish. Okay, so basically A to there, a B to here, and then we'd be looking for a C, or this could be a W and an X. We could be looking for a Y. It just all depends on how deep this comes. As long as price comes down here to about 19,000, we've hit 90% of the previous wave, and we'd be looking for a C wave, a pretty fast C wave back to the upside, and upwards to finally go up and hit that 48K we've been talking about for a long time. So that's a possibility there. Okay. Let's see. Get another drink here. All right, so that's what that would be if we get ultra bear. So if we break to the downside and we keep going down, then that's what we've got going on. That's what's happening. Okay. Now I don't think the small time frame is actually supporting that view, but it could be. All right. It definitely could. All right. But what other counts could be from a 3-day standpoint? What other counts could be happening here? Let's look at it here. All right. 53 of you here. Hit those likes for me. Appreciate you guys coming into the channel. Appreciate it a lot. All right. So what else could we have? Well, another count says, hey, listen, we finished this C wave right to here. Now this was 5 waves to the upside. We got 1, 2, that's 3. This was 4 to here, and there's your 5th wave right there. So that's 5 waves finished in C. And now what this is the beginning stages of a larger move to the downside, but it's just the beginning stages. In other words, this could be the A wave as 3 waves to the downside. We might be in the process of some complex B wave back to the upside before we get a larger C wave. In other words, what's happening here is all trash preparing for a bigger move to the up here to create 3 waves back to the upside, taking out this liquidity back here, retesting it, maybe grabbing some more liquidity or enticing more longs to come in the market before they take it down to retest this area right down here. Now again, that would be part of a larger A, B, and I'd be looking for a C after that to the upside. So there's a real possibility, okay? And that would take, of course, that ABC would take us into the middle of next year to develop, right? So that's going to take quite a while out of the market to do it. But that might be what's happening from a macro standpoint. That's a count that we have to entertain. And so what we're going to try to do is remember all these larger counts that we have to entertain, and then look at the smaller time frame and see what the waves might be pointing to. Are they pointing to a move up, move down? What's more likely based on what we're seeing in the charts, okay? All right, so anyway, again, this is we're kind of oversold here on a 3-day basis here, and we're retesting very very softly though, but we're retesting the 200 moving average, not the 200, but the moving average that I have on the RSI. So that moving average kind of smooths out the RSI, lets you know that the current strength of the move is rising above the average strength. That, in other words, there's in the present tense, the present tense strength to the upside is rising above the downward trend in the RSI, in the measurement of the strength, the basic strength here. So in other words, that this is beginning maybe an upturn or an uptick on a 3-day basis. That on a 3-day basis we might see a pump, upward higher targets, as my video title suggests. So again, we might be developing that. That doesn't mean we can't come down and take this low out. It just means that on a 3-day basis here, I think there's going to be some upward and higher targets hit, unless that ultra bear count is what we're actually looking for. The only problem with the ultra bear count that I have is that it's just a little too obvious. It's a little too easy to see, and I think it's designed that way. Whenever it's that easy to see, and whenever it's this strong, I think there need to be shenanigans to shake the market out. So I think it's much more likely that this is going to start moving to the upside and stay underneath of this trend and retest, take out this liquidity zone while retesting this area. Then we get a move to the downside. I feel like this wave is what's coming. That this is beginning a WXY to the downside, or an ABC to the downside. I think it's beginning a larger correction here before we get a move to the upside here. So that's kind of what I'm thinking here. All right. So this could be then, instead of an A, B, and a C, and this is part of an ultra bear count that's going to roll over and keep going down, which is possible. Instead of that, this could be the end of a wave here, and this is the beginning A, and now we're in the middle of a B wave to the upside. We're in the beginning stages of a B wave. Maybe we're in the B of the B, and we're waiting for the C of B of the B wave to begin. So A, B, C, like that. We're waiting for this C wave to start moving to the upside, and that's kind of the wave that I believe more than likely is coming to a chart near you. All right. What else could be happening here? Well, there's another possibility here that we're actually getting and being set up for. Here's something pretty solid that could play. We're actually being set up for a really fast move to the upside. That we actually have an A wave, a B wave that has finished, and then we're looking for a C wave that's going to come back up here really fast, okay, and take out the top. Okay, now this is my ultra market maker count here. Okay, my market maker special count, where this is actually a large A, and then this C wave to the upside is what we're waiting on. B, and then C, like that, where they go up fast and furious, okay, over a period of just a couple of days, or a couple of 3-day candles. So it might take like a week and a half for price to get up here, but price goes so fast that it gets everybody bullish again, and everybody thinks we're going to 48K again. And when price gets up there, breaks this high again, then all of a sudden it stops and tanks. It doesn't play around up here. It tanks. And it tanks fast, and it comes way down and takes all this liquidity where people were going short, and their stops are up here. They come and take those stops out, and anybody going long from down here, their stops are down here. They come back and take those out from there. So anyway, that's a real count that's possible. That's my market maker special. That's a possible wave structure that could play. I don't know if it's going to play, but it's definitely on the table. Okay, So those are some ideas. I don't know how the market's going to play out, but those are ideas based on liquidity and Elliott wave, and you put them together. You say you got a real sense for where the price could go. Here's what we have to do to get a well-rounded idea of where the price is going. We have to finish the small time frame analysis, okay? And then we need to do correlation analysis. We need to look at all the charts in general on about the 4-hour basis to the daily basis. We're going to look at all the other, a lot of other crypto charts and say, okay, what are they all saying? What wave structure are they all kind of pointing to? And we can get a sense they're going to start rhyming. They're going to start wanting to move in the same direction, okay? And so I think we're going to be able to see where price might be headed, okay, and get a map for the way price might be going, so we can trade it. But it doesn't mean it's going to be simple. It just means that we can have a sense for where price is going. Okay, so let's look at the small time frame first. Then we're going to do a correlation analysis. We'll look at the DXY, the S&P, and the NASDAQ as well. We'll look at those. And then we'll look at any other stocks that you want to look at. And we'll just get a sense for an overview for the entire market. And then we'll draw our conclusions and call it a night. Okay? Just looking at the chat, there's 58 of you. This super thankful to have all of you in there. Stick around and let me know, guys, what you guys are thinking. But that is my Market Maker special. Again, that takes advantage of the liquidity that's being created in this area. Okay, we may get one more hit to the low and then boom, or this thing could just rock to the upside pretty quick. All right, let's look at small time frames. See if we can make sense of all of this the structure that's been going on the smaller time frame. The 1 hour chart might be a good place to start. So let's start on the 1 hour chart. Let's kind of say, okay, what's happening? What's happening here? Okay. Take the RSI. Oh, come on. Take the RSI off the screen here. There we go. What's happening here? It's not that simple. I'll tell you what. It's not simple at all. But let's see if we can come to grips with it. The first thing I notice, and something we need to pay attention to, is that this low wasn't broken. This low, but Coinbase, but the Binance chart doesn't have this wick here, so I find that super interesting. It is really interesting. So it's hard to know how do you count what's going on in here. Do you count from here or do you count from here? I think it's simple. Let's just count from here. And I think you have a three-wave move. You have a WXY, though I have the ABC there. Or you could say this is a W, there's an X, and there's a Y. There's three waves nonetheless. Okay? Three waves. Then we came down. The question is, did we come down in 3 or did we come down in 5? Did we come down in 3 or did we come down in 5? And it appears to me that we came down right now. My best guess is that we came down in 3. We got an A wave, a B wave, and then a C wave. Now, if you're going to say 5, you have to say, well, this fifth wave was super small and truncated and little. You got 1, 2, there's 3. We got a little wave 4 as well, and then 5. And that really doesn't jive, in my opinion. I think more likely that is an ABC right here, A, B, and that C, and that finished something. Okay. Now the question is, okay, what's happening here? What's happening in this area right now? Well, best I can tell, what we have here, I'm just going to use a three wave structure to the upside to there. And what's happening here? Well, this is 3. This looks like a flat right there as 3. Now I would suggest that we get 3 to the downside, okay? So that this doesn't go straight down, but rather, I imagine it could, but rather it'd probably get a little bit of a pullback and then come down, take out this liquidity right here, okay? All right, then what? Well, then let's see how best to see it. This could be some kind of A. This is some kind of B. And then we'd look for a C. Okay. And if we get a C wave to the upside, like that, it could go fast and furious. It could go really fast and furious. All right. ABC. Yeah, and so the way I would look at this is a large flat. 3 up. Um, well, actually, I have to look at it like a WXY, really. That acts like a flat. 3, 3, and then 3 to the upside, like that. If we get this move to the upside. And that move right there could be part of a large 3-wave system that comes up. Okay, we get a 5-wave move to the upside here, A, B, C. And what that does is that finishes off a correction, comes back up, snags liquidity here. So, real possibility. Another possibility is that this could be the beginning of what we call a diagonal. Okay, where you have a 3-wave move to the upside. Now we're getting a 3-wave down. That's a 1-2. Okay, then we'd look for 3 waves to the upside. 3, 4, 5. Okay, we'd look for the 4 and the 1 to overlap in some way. But we'd be looking for some kind of an ABC here. A, B, and then maybe a diagonal C wave, where you get 5 waves. So you get 5 waves to the upside as a C wave potentially. Again, that could be a way of interpreting this, and all of a sudden, this really bearish looking structure looks like it's going down. It's really sneaky bullish, is what it is, and it's going to end up turning back to the upside. That's what I believe is happening, guys. I think all of this wave action, as bearish as it's looking, I think it's just enticing shorts in here so they can take it up to the upside. Okay. How else could we interpret this? Now here's an out of the box interpretation, but I like it. And I'll tell you when it gets invalidated as well. But this is a neat way to look at it. Okay. So, we're going to call this 5 waves to the downside. 1, 2, 3. We're going to say this is 4 to there. And then we have an ending diagonal 5. We got an ending diag right here. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay? It's an ending diag. And that's the 5th wave of an impulse wave. You say, what is that impulse wave doing? What is that? If that's an impulse wave, if that's, came out, took this low, what is that impulse wave? What is it? Well, what it could be is the C wave, okay, of an A, a B, and a C wave right there. So that could be A, B, C. Now, if that's an ABC, what's actually happening right here is actually a 1 to the upside, and this move to the downside here is a wave 2. That's a wave 2. We got a 1 and a 2, and we're actually sneaky bullish. We're gonna be going up higher from here. We're actually gonna pull up, and that actually looks super plausible. If you look in the small time frame here, you got a 3-wave move right there, and everything is looking sneaky bullish potentially. Until when does that count get invalid? Well, that count gets invalid. This is not a 1-2 when this low gets broken. So just keep that in mind. If price rolls over here, it comes and takes that low out right there, then we're going to abandon that particular count. We're not going to look at this as a 1-2 to the upside anymore. We're actually going to abandon that count because that can't be a 1-2 anymore, because the 1 cannot be overtaken. The origin of 1 cannot be overtaken by the wave 2. In other words, wave 2 cannot go lower than the origin of wave 1. So that's going to be if this is a wave 1 and a 2, that's fine as long as that low does not get broken. If that low gets broken, no longer will we look at that as a 1-2. All right? But this could be sneaky bullish here, and this could be forming a 1-2 indeed, where we have basically a wave 1 to here, and this is a crappy wave 2. Okay? a wave 2 to here. Actually, sorry. Let's say all of this was a wave 2 to there. And now we're starting the next move to the upside. Does the RSI support such an idea? Let's see if it does. 1 hour basis. It's not horrible for sure. 4 hour basis. Now the 4 hour, let's look at the 4 hour RSI. The 4 hour RSI is breaking currently, but it has 2 hours left on that candle. And so if for some reason in the next 2 hours this starts getting bullish again and it finds and this starts finding support on this trend line here on the RSI, this could retrace. Remember, the RSI repaints until it closes, so it could repaint. Right now it's broken into the downside, but it really, I think that could be a farce, and that this could start taking us up to the upside here. And if that's the case, we could get really sneaky bullish here, going up. And take out the liquidity where we've been talking about. So watch out for sneaky bull count here, guys. I think this move right now looks awful bearish. It really does. And so you got to keep that in mind. You got to respect it. You got to respect the bearishness of it. But it looks too easy to be too easily bearish. I think there's a good chance this market may be prepping for an up move here. Let me see what you guys are saying here in the chat here. So Adrian Gutzman, which count did you like? And Adam, which count did you like? The market maker special? Which count was I doing that you liked? All right. So anyway, that's a small time frame analysis. There's all kinds of things that can happen in here, but I don't think that the current price action is definitely bearish. Okay. Until now that did close, that hourly did close, but right here, this next candle might tell the tale of whether we're bullish or bearish. If we get an engulfing candle here on the hourly, that would be beautiful. As long as we don't break this low, if we get an engulfer back to the upside, I'm going to like that as a bullish signal. I'm also going to like it if price on the RSI breaks this trend to the upside and breaks above the moving average on the RSI. I'm going to also be bullish as well, looking for upward momentum in price to continue. Okay? Right now, we got a very, very bearish set, but right now also, if you look at it carefully, it's got a three-wave shape to it. Oh, sorry. Let's try to look at it carefully here. We have a very three-wave shape here. Let's look at the 5-minute. A, B, and C. All right, now, what's left to do tonight is just to kind of scan the rest of the market and see what the rest of the charts are looking like and see if there's anything pointing in any direction. Now, I really like the XLM chart, so let's spend some time on the XLM chart just a little bit because I think it's one of the clearest of all the charts here. XLM is really, really bullish right now, and it needs to kind of go up and finish this move to the upside. I'm looking at this as an ABC. We got an A wave here, we got a complex B, and now I'm looking at this as a potential C wave to the upside. And I'd like to see 5 waves take it out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. That's an ideal count right there. Potentially. Now, there's some bearish signals happening right now. We can look at them, but again, we have 2 hours left on this candle, and so we want to see how it's playing. So let's draw a trend line right here on our chart. Right here. Boom. So if we get a break of this trend line to the downside on the 4-hour basis and a close on a 4-hour basis of a couple of candles in particular, this is going to turn and look very bearish on the charts, okay? But right now, it's looking rather bullish, to be honest with you. This is actually looking quite bullish. Um, if this, especially if this finds some momentum and starts moving to the upside, I think it's really, really potential here that this is in the middle of some stronger movement to the upside, a third wave per se of a 5 wave move on the higher time frame. Okay, so I'm seeing this very strong potential here that this wedge that you're seeing here is going to play out, where this is going to go up and finish up here. Okay, even this one right there, if we use that, there you go, right there. You got a really nice A and then a B, and then we're looking for this thing to come up and finish. Right now, it's testing a break to the downside, but any kind of little movement here over the next to the upside over the next little while is going to be a nice indicator to the upside. So I kind of like I am bullish, even though the price action is looking kind of bearish right now. I'm kind of bullish, and I think price structure is probably pointing to the upside, even though they're doing their best to make it look down right now. Okay, so on the higher time frame, though, I'm kind of looking for this to finish, and I don't think we have 5 waves. I think so. Looking at 15 point 0.15 on XLM, that's not a bad target zone. Not a bad little target. Let's pull the retrace fibs on this guy. Retrace 0.15. Um, if we get a little higher at 0.17, if this wants to get up and go up really high up here to a higher target, 0.17, that's going to get us close to the 786 and get us beyond the golden zone retrace. And so that's a possibility if price wants to get up and move up to here. Now that's a lot of movement to go on the 8 hour, but you'll see this little price trend right here, and so you'll kind of know it's more bearish if it breaks to the downside on that trend. So that's what I'd be watching on XLM to see whether they were bullish and bearish. But I get the sense that this isn't finished, that this isn't done. That this needs to go up and finish 5 waves, and it's not ready yet. Okay, let's take a peek at Ethereum. Oh, disconnected. Let's see if I can get connected here. Say what's going on in Ethereum. Well, let's see here. Okay, sorry, I wanted to. All right. Let's see here. Sorry about that. I was actually looking at taking a trade. It's a pretty nice little location here to be thinking about it. So, what is uh, what is Ethereum doing? Ethereum is boom boom. Has it got one more low to make? Ooh, Ethereum might have one more low to make here before it goes up. But this is looking really good. Ethereum's got a really nice count. Let's see if I can look at it there. There we go. Really like Ethereum here. It didn't. It took a lot longer to get down here than I expected, but boom, 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 boom. That could be done. If that's finished, we got 3 up, 3 down. Now, one other possibility here is that we haven't finished this C wave right here. Boom, 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 and this needs to come down, take this low out. So if we come down and take this low out right here, that's a possibility as well, but that still takes us up. So we go down temporarily. We go down temporarily and then up, or we go up from where we are. An argument against going up from where we are is that we've got some lower low closes. We got this candle right here is playing around. So the question is, are we going to get a bearish candle here, or is this going to get a bullish engulfer? Because basically it's come back to the bottom of these wicks here and it's playing around price. Price is getting a little bullish right now, and I really like this area for a reversal, especially on BTC. I kind of like this as an area of, hey, let's go up from here, potentially. Um, Initial wave, maybe a three-wave pullback. We did not break that low. We didn't break the low. Let's see if we get a move to the upside here. It's a really nice potential. Now this could get three-wave-ish. So if this wants to go A, B, and then C like that, and then it could go down for another wave after that. But I like this for up for now. Let's see here. Okay, potential. It's a potential idea. This could go up and keep going, or a sneaky bullish, or this could just make a three wave and then come back down. Or it may not even make a three wave. It may just continue this particular wave here. This pulls back and then continues down for another wave. So yeah, that's the question of Ethereum. But still, I like it for a potential reversal here, for a potential A, B, and a C on the higher time frames. You'll notice. Let me get rid of my chart here. Get this off my picture there. The 4 hours is looking engulfy here. It's kind of engulfed, and this was retesting to the upside here. But we've got an hour and 45 minutes. So the question is, what happens in the next 2 hours? Are we going to get a rejection here? Is this going to find support? I think there's a real possibility for that. I really do. I like this. I like this move right here as a W or an A and then a B. Let's get a C. Come on, let's get a C rocking to the upside. That would be phenomenal. And let's get it really extended. And if it got really extended, then we'd have some kind of a WXY or an ABC. We got W. Ooh, I like this count. I like this count. Okay, let's work on this for a moment. Ah. I like this in the sense that I've got three, maybe five. So that could be an ABC right there. So it may have a little bit more. This may come down and take out this liquidity zone. So this may want to, this one may want to come down, take out this liquidity down here, and once it after that, we're looking for an upward move, and there would be an we'd basically be looking for A to there. This is B, and then C. So there's a way price could be going up for Ethereum, and I really like price up for Ethereum right now. I do. One of the reasons is you see on the 4 hour how oversold we are. But it could roll over. It could roll over and go down. It totally could. But man, there's a real chance that this thing finds support. right in this range and we get some green candles. That's what I've been calling in my Discord sneaky bullish. That we're looking really bearish. They're giving you a really bearish look, and then all of a sudden you get a green candle. It comes out of here. You say, well, we got a green candle. It came out of here. Well, this next candle, the 1 hour 45 minutes left on this candle, it's going to kind of tell a story. So if this turns into a bullish candle here, then that may be telling the story to the upside that you maybe want to go in long for right now while the market moves to the upside. Gator J, be glad to do TRX for sure. I'll definitely look at SOL for you. We're gonna get there. I've got it up. I've got it queued up, ready to do it. Um, so yeah, let's see. Gator J, you're saying that on the weekly we have a couple of three wave moves up, hitting the 1618 with the second set of three waves. Can it be a leading diag? Let's check it out. And you're asking. Let's see. The comment above weekly is on the XLM. Okay, let's check out XLM on the weekly chart and see what it's doing there. Remove all biases off the chart here. Let's go to the weekly. Boom. Okay, so yeah, leading diag. Could it be? Yeah, I mean, yeah, it could. Um, in fact, this thing this thing could be a 1-2, and we could be in the middle of a wave 3 that's taking us up for higher. So yeah, right. Um, so how do you look at this? Well, I mean, you could have 3, and then 3, and then 3, then 3, and then 3. Yeah, you could be getting some kind of a big move like this. And you see that you got 3, 3, 3, 3, and 3. You see that move right there. You kind of see that pattern there. It's certainly possible. It really is. It really is possible. It's plausible. Um, on the weekly time frame, looking at the RSI, we're kind of pulling back here, and it could go up and make higher highs here for sure. There's nothing definitive here, but it's certainly a good idea. But right now, I think it's safe to say that on the daily time frame, this has a three-wave look that doesn't look finished. Okay, yeah, we got three waves here, yes, and we look here. We've broken the structure of price. Price is broken out. We actually, you could say we broke back in, broke back out, retested in three waves, and now we're going up, and it just doesn't look finished. It looks like we have more upward momentum to go, and I have higher targets I'd be looking for. The next target for me, okay, if we get back above 1348, the next target for me is going to be about 14.4. I'm going to be really watching 14.4. But I like that 17 range, but it's going to take time to get up there. I don't think it's going to go straight up, but it's going to take time. Okay. So yeah, I mean, leading diag's not a bad idea. I don't know if it's a leader, but it could be for sure. I mean, it could be some kind of a diag or some kind of a three wave. But I like the XLM chart, the way it moves. I really do. And so what you're going to want to do is as you see these trends in the RSI being created, watch for breaks of the structure. So this could come down. There's no doubt about it. But what if it comes down and finds support on this structure and continues up? So that could look something like this in price, right? Then all of a sudden you got a 1-2, 1-2 working, and then price just goes big, right? And it could go up big and fast. Or price could just continue to rock off of this moving average and keep going to the upside, and price could move up like this while the RSI moves up like this. We flag out for a little while for a fourth wave, and then get a fifth wave, and then also you got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Boom, get up here to that 16, 17 cents range, and there's three waves. Boom, boom, and boom, done. And then we look for another three waves to the downside. And so I really like. Yeah, I'm really kind of bullish on XLM. I really am, but we got to wait and see what she's going to do here. Okay. All right. Let's look at. Let's see. We've looked at ETH here, and I want to see if we're going to get in the next on the in the next hour a bullish candle here, and see if we're going to get a bullish candle in the next hour that begins engulfing this area. That would be good. That we could be working our way up 5 waves to the upside, or this thing could roll over. This thing could roll over, hit this low, and then go to the upside. So still, I think there's a good chance that we're going to finish to the downside if it's not done already and start heading up. But there's a good chance we have already started heading up tonight, potentially. Okay? All right, let's look at ADA, see what ADA is showing us. I'm going to reconnect here in price. Okay, so what you'll notice here in ADA, what's powerful here, let's go in the 4-hour. Is there's a WX, actually let's go on the daily and I'll show you the structure I'm seeing on the, oh come on, there we go. All right, so looking at this wave structure here, I see this 3-wave move right here in the middle there. See that connector, connecting wave, boom, and boom, there's 3 waves, and then we got 3 up, and now we got this move down. And now what's happening here? Well, it appears we're getting a 3-wave move. Okay, so I'm hoping that this is going to end up going back to the upside to give us our 3rd wave here. That would be ideal for a connector, and then we drop again. So here's a chart that says, hey, let's go up and then continue down. Okay, again with Ethereum, looking for this move to the upside here with a continuation to the downside. With Bitcoin, looking for a move to the upside on the higher time frame, and once that's finished and we go up and test that liquidity that's higher, then we come down to the downside again. So all these charts are starting to rhyme, where again I'm seeing this potential for an upward move to grab the liquidity to the upside, a bounce, and that price is looking ultra bearish. They're getting everybody to go short in this range, but they're going to go up and take the liquidity out first and then come down. So that's kind of what I'm seeing in the charts, guys. There's this upward move and then down, and they're kind of all kind of saying the same. They're kind of all beginning to rhyme here. Okay, Pepe. Again, let's see if there's anything. Okay, we got this big downward move here on Pepe. Is there anything saying, hey, Pepe's ready for a bounce? I mean, nothing I'm seeing here. I mean, except that it's just super oversold on the 4-hour. Um, here, Pepe's not helping the case at all. SOL was powerful looking a while back. Let's see if it's helping. Yep. So I'm looking at SOL, and I've been bearish on SOL to the downside. I want to see it finish. Then I want to see this upward movement here on the 4-hour. I want to see this upward movement go. So SOL kind of to me is still pointing to the downside, that it doesn't look finished to the upside. I'm not sure about that one, but that's the way it kind of looks. Three. Let's get on the daily. SOL is kind of doing its own thing here. So this has a real 3-wave look to it, guys. I mean, it really does, right? Has a real 3-wave look to it. It's got what looks like A, B, C, but that's, as Seth says, it's just too pretty. It's just too pretty. So what's another way to look at that sucker here? And one of the ways I was looking at it, it was like this, where we have this is 3 to the downside, 3 to the upside. There's a flat. Now I'm looking for 5 waves to the downside. So I'm looking for this to finish to the downside here. And so I'm looking for this to go down, but then eventually get a larger pump out of that. Okay. Maybe for a flat. So when Bitcoin finally rallies to 48,000, next year maybe, or this year maybe, maybe that's the case. But that's kind of the way XLM. I mean, not XLM, but SOL looks to me. I could be wrong on that, but here's something really cool about SOL. SOL has a really, really nice price trend rocking. Okay, has a really nice price trend. See it? I think more than likely it's gonna finish breaking to the downside and then come up out of this. Okay, and then all of a sudden you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then you got a 3 wave move out, and then you continuate down to finish this wave out before an upward move. So that price trend is pointing ultimately to a break to the upside, even if it overthrows this thing and then comes up out of that. I think that's kind of the price action we're looking for. It doesn't have to come down here. It could bounce from right where we are to the upside, and it could be a bounce like this. Who knows? Now the ultra bull count has SOL as a 1, 2, 1, 2 to the upside. To the ultra. Oops, sorry. Oh, come on. Ultra bull count says, "Hey Jim, what you're seeing isn't an ABC. It's actually a 1, 2, 1, 2. Let's check it out. 1, 2, 1. It's almost finished. 2. Let's go. 5 waves up. A, B, C. There's your ultra bull count. Okay. All right. A nice move on XLM. Pretty. Right after I took a long, she kept going. So that's looking good for now. Let's see if it's going to hold. Hey, BTC's holding pretty well as well. Nice little bullish move here. I took when I was pausing, looking at my phone. That's when I was taking a long in that area. It looked really good for a long there. If you want to learn what I look at when I see those trades setting up, I'd love to teach you everything I do in my Discord. Love to have you in there. I've got all kinds of videos in there. I do one-on-one mentorships. I'd love to have a mentor. I don't have any mentors right now, so if there's any of you struggling, you're losing money, it's a good investment. I even had somebody ask me, "Is there a money back guarantee?" And yeah, the first week of a mentorship, I'll let you go for 1 week of a mentorship. If you don't like what you're learning and you don't like the structure of it, then you just say, "Hey, it's not for me." I'll give you your money back, and there'll be no hard feelings. So if any of you are struggling, invest in yourself, invest in an education for yourself, and have somebody who can teach you the right psychology and the right good trading strategy that lets you attack this market from a good perspective. Let somebody teach you and help you. There's no sense in losing all your money. Okay, we'd love to have you in the Discord, and if you need some help one on one, the third tier of my Patreon is a great place to be there. Okay, all right. All right, SOL. That's the way it kind of looks. So I'm looking to see a break out of that wedge that's being formed to the upside. So watch on the daily chart. Watch a break of structure here, guys. Okay. So on SOL, I think it's clear that it's ready, getting ready. Come on, I'm trying to get a. It's getting ready to break up and out of here. That's going to be a bullish signal to the upside. So let's watch for a break of structure here on SOL to the upside. Now, if it breaks down first, it's fine. But I think this is coming soon to a chart near you. Okay. All right. Let me check here and see what things are looking like here. It's looking good. All right. XLM we've already looked at. XRP. Let's take a peek at XRP. What's happening here? Oh, this is gorgeous wave structure here, guys. So let's jump in, show you what I'm seeing here. First off, on the 4-hour chart, what's the wave structure look like? This looks very much like a flat right there. Okay. Now I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, boom, boom, boom. Let's go. Let's go to the upside. It looks really nice to the upside. A wave up, and then let's roll over and go down again. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing there on XRP. I'd love to see this pop to the upside and then down again. After that, I'm not sure what's going to happen. Maybe a bigger pop and then down again. I'm not sure. Um, this has a chance, though I'm not positive here. This looks. Let's see. Let's check on the daily. Yeah, you see how we're kind of starting to. We've kind of broken out of structure here. We broke out, retested. I would love to see this king just kind of continue to the upside here. So what if we continue down here maybe and then go up? That's a possibility. But this looks ready to make some movement to the upside here, even if it's just for 3 waves with more downside to come, or retesting the high. Boom, boom, boom. So this is looking close here, but on the daily, I mean, it could flag out even farther. So this may have more flagging to do. Um, Hard to say. If it's going to flag more, then we look for this, and then that, and then that. So that may be what's coming in store for you guys. Let me take a peek at XLM here on the small time frame. 5 minute, 15 minute. Got to break a structure on the 15. Could we have an ending diag here? I'd love to see this pop the high. I'd love to see this pop the high like that. It's looking decent. This is where I took my long in XLM. But we want to be careful. We have a nice, oh man, we got on the hourly basis on the XLM, we got a really nice range here working. Looks like we're going to kind of come up here again, retest it, come back down. So I'm looking for price to come up like so, RSI to come up like so, and then find some correction, and then more up. Boom, boom, something like that, where it finally finishes and then comes down. That looks really decent. So I'll be trading the RSI trends on the hourly here. We'll see. Stop is in profit at this point. All right. XRP, yeah, I'm not sure. Let's look at DXY. What's DXY pointing to, guys? What's DXY saying? I know somebody was saying it was bearish on the DXY, but if you just zoom out and look at the daily, it's bullish. Okay. Um, this is looking very 3-wave-ish. A, B, and C. Okay. Now, certainly on the daily, we could be getting a daily correction here, so it could be a little bit bearish. And if that's the case, that little correction that we're getting would be a pump in Bitcoin, right? That would be kind of up in the markets a little bit if price is coming down, but it's not forever, because I'm seeing price in the DXY get up to about 108, 110. I'd like to see this finish up as a 3-wave move before we get more downside. So that's the way I'm currently thinking about DXY. I'm bullish on overall. But yeah, on the smaller time frames, we are in the middle of a correction. For sure. Excuse me. Let's see. S and P. I'm very bearish on the S&P. I think there's a good chance we have already turned around. That this is. Let me show you on the daily. We've done a really nice job throughout this whole thing navigating this. So this is looking very good. I'd like to see this roll over and continue down. However, there is some hidden bull on the chart, so I wouldn't be surprised to see this come up, take the high out, and then come down. It didn't have to do that. This thing could just keep rolling over to the downside and go. Now we could get a little bit more complex here as well, where this comes down in 3 and then we go up in 3, and this could be a lot more complex of a B wave. Okay, and then we get a major dump later on next year, maybe in the S&P. So they could drag this out if they want to, but right now I'm looking at this wave, at least that wave, but it could even be a deeper wave than that. So we'll see how that goes. But I'm bearish in the S&P and the Nasdaq. Okay, we had a couple of requests in the chat for I did SOL. So what's up? What's up, Hasta La Vista, Barbie? Good deal. Um, Gotcha, Sean, about the DXY. Gotcha. Somebody asked about SOL, and then I heard Mr. Fairhill did that one already. Um, Somebody else asked about TRX. Yeah, let's look at TRX for Gator J. And I'm getting kind of tired, guys. I think I'm going to call it a night here after this. But hope you guys have enjoyed the live stream tonight and found some benefit in what we've been saying. Um, and like I said, if you need a community, need some help, need some friends and allies in the trading world, you want to trade alongside some guys that think like you, come on into the Discord. We have an awesome community. I do 2 live streams a day, one in the morning, one in the evening, one at the market open, one of the daily close, and the daily candle switch over. So would love to have you guys in there. So if you need some help navigating or just want some community, want to know how I'm trading and what I'm doing, love to have you in there. Okay. All right, TRX, and we're going to call it a night, guys. I'm pretty exhausted. Went to see an '80s band with my sister tonight out in Virginia Beach. So, any of you guys live in Virginia Beach, shout me out. Say, hey, what's up? And maybe we could maybe we can connect. Uh, we'll see if we have time while I'm here visiting my dad. I'm at my dad's house in Virginia right now. I normally live in Michigan, but I'm from Virginia, Chesapeake area. Looking for, there we go. Let's find TRX right here. TRX. All right, let's look at it. What is happening with TRX? Yeah, Sean, I'll look at Tesla for you. No problem. I've been acquainted with the Tesla chart, so I was just looking at the chart, and I tell you what, XLM's pumping. It's exciting. It's exciting. Love it when trades rock like that. Okay. TRX. What's interesting about TRX here is on the daily chart, there was this Really, really nice triangular shape. I don't think it was a triangle, but we had this really nice triangle right here. And then we broke out of it to the upside. It looks like um, some kind of flat. A, B, C. It could be done. Could be. It looks about finished. In which case, we've got. Looks like we're getting or it's testing a break of the price structure here. Let's look at the 3-day. 3-day is broken already. The 3-day broke structure on this down move right there. So this retest is telling me more than likely this is going to be coming down. So waiting for this to finish maybe a 3-wave shape and then down. So a break of price here is going to be a break of the price structure trend line that we have here on the 3-day chart. That's going to be a bearish signal for you for sure. So that's looking pretty bearish there. But that doesn't mean this can't go to the upside because this could just pull back like that, come up here, retest this breakout, and then come on down. So, but that's the way TRX looks to me, best I can tell, with this break of structure on the 3-day. Okay, and then finally, let's look at Tesla. I love the Tesla chart. Nailed this bottom in this area here, this long. If you were part of my live stream and you remember that call, that was awesome. Now, what I think is happening here is that this is coming down for a 3-wave move. So we're correcting here, but I'm looking for more downside. And then once that finishes, I'll be looking for this move there. So maybe boom, boom, and then more down. So I think we're going to be corrective over the next couple of years, but some temporary up correctively, and then looking for more downside. I think that's the best I can say on Tesla. So let's watch how this develops. Let's see if this develops 3-wavishly, and then more down like that. And that's what I foresee next. Something like this. It may not be that big, so this may be smaller, like so, and then down like that. So that would be the shape that I'm looking for on the 3-day chart. Okay, but this looks like we're in the middle of a 3-wave to the upside. So right now, over the next couple of months, we're going up correctively, up and down, up and down. Okay, guys. Thanks for joining me. Glad you came in, and y'all have a fantastic night. I'm going to go see if I can hang out with my dad for bedtime here because I'm pretty tired. I'm about ready for bed. And I'm going to be putting his deck back together tomorrow. I tore it out the other day, and now I'm going to put, it was just, deck boards were rotten. So we're going to put it back together. See if we can have some fun here. Y'all have a great night. Thanks for joining me on the Sunday Night Charts. We'll see you later, guys. Take it easy. Bye-bye.